Brainerd, Wednesday, June 19, 1901. Dear sons Eric and Olaf. We got both of your letters 15 and 16, and we were glad to hear of you doing so well and glad that you were well and feeling like work. I got a letter from Henrik last week. He said that he had been a little sick but was all right then. It had been 4 weeks since we had a letter from him. I wish I could hear from him oftener. Olaf, have you sent him them clothes? I thought you would all be close together but he says not. Pa is getting on bad with his crop. It has rained so much the grass has took everything. He shipped 16 barrels of potatoes Monday. Johnny shipped 40 barrels and got between $80 and $90. Made his jack. I don't reckon Pa will get much for his. He only dug 5 rows. Davis folks had a big quilting and ice cream supper Saturday before the second Sunday. Lily Copeland was married last Wednesday. Had a big wedding. 14 waiters. My health is about the same as when you left. Some days I hardly can drag and then some days I am better. Eric, I know you will give Olaf good advice and take the best care of him you can. That is one great consolation to me. He is young. I can't tell you how bad I did hate to see him leave. I grieved for several days but soon gave it up and I'm getting along all right now. I will close with best wishes to you both. Ma. Brainerd, Wednesday, July 3, 1901. Dear children. We got your letter today. Was glad to hear you were all together and glad to hear you were all well. Olaf, haven't you had to take any medicine yet? Pa is busy as he can be and has worked harder this year than ever before it seems to me, and I can't tell when he will get any rest for he is way behind now. If it has not been for Henrik and Manny the grass would have taken the crop, but he says that he is going to Trinity tomorrow. They are expecting to have a big time there I guess. Pa haven't got to write any this time. He got $21.50 for his potatoes clear the barrels. Aunt Lizzie was buried last week. We had a nice rain yesterday. When do you all expect to be home? Henrik, where do you think of going to school next year? Olaf, you asked about my flowers, they have not done much yet. That bulb rotted and daisies too. Anders was home the 4th Sunday. He came Saturday and left Tuesday. Said he wanted to come again when he thought you would all be home. I long to see the time for you all to the home. Ma. Brainerd, Thursday, July 18, 1901. My dear boys. It has been raining here ever since last Friday and is raining now a little, and Pa is in the grass yet and has no time to write, but if it rains much I reckon he will write some this evening. It is now 10:00 o'clock. I am in the kitchen cooking dinner. Olaf, Aunt Winnie came last Thursday and stayed till Monday. I wish you all could have been home. She was so interesting. She wants all of your pictures. Please have them taken on some cheap plan and send me some to send her. Anders, Hollowell gave me one when he was home about the size of a quarter, said he gave 25 cents for 28 pictures. We got your letter and postal last night, was glad you were well and seemed to be doing well. Tell Henrik to let us hear from him next week. We are all well as usual. Eric, when you all come home are you going right off to school? I do want to see you all so bad. I am waiting patiently for the time to come when we shall all meet again. Pa's crop is looking as well as I have ever saw it. Pa says he can't spare a minute to write. He must work or the grass will ruin his stuff. Ma. To Eric and Henrik at Chicago. Brainerd, Wednesday, September 18, 1901. My dear boys, I have no new thing to tell you. Your mama has been right sick but it is up now. I reckon Olaf did about as well with the views that was here as he would have done with those that you sent him. He went out to St. Cloud one day and came back next day sick but soon got well. It has been very dry but is getting very wet now. They seem to have had a very good meeting last week at Emmanuel, the week before at First Lutheran. Anders was home last week. He seemed to enjoy himself right much. Eric, you spoke about paying a part of Olaf's schooling. I think it will be a big thing for you and Henrik to pay your own. I guess he will go to Lincoln if nothing prevents. May the Lord bless you and bring us all together again is still my prayer. Pa. Brainerd, Thursday, September 26, 1901. Dear brothers. About the apples. Pa hasn't them and can't get them. Pa had almost a ton of hay cut today and have just come in from piling it up. Lula Parsons came very soon after you left. You bet I have been sporting her. I took Miss Blackwell 2 days to the protracted meetings at Trinity and also to the baptizing. I shall start to Lincoln School. If you have college algebra, please send it to me. The horses are looking somewhat better feeding them on green grass. Henrik, the papers stated that they had sent home a crowd of hazers. If that be so, I guess you will not be bothered. Devotedly, Olaf. Dear Eric. I have received 3 letters from you since I came home last Tuesday night and will leave tomorrow morning. I found everything all right. You talk about my acting like a bump on a log. I have written to you every Sunday since I left you except one, and then you had not answered my last letter. I wrote you and asked you what Garrett did and you haven't told me. I carried Daisy to First Lutheran to a picnic last Thursday. I saw all the choir boys but only spoke to William, and Paul is going to run for president if the conservative crowd votes for him. You must hold him down on the committees. I went to a Children's Day at First Lutheran yesterday. I took Laura home and got supper at her home, and then we went over to see Mamie. You may imagine the rest. I have bought an old buggy that will hold as many goods as a cart. Paul borrowed $50 off of Uncle Joe. I thought that I would try and to get out of Chicago without paying any tax. I have notified most of my men in Chicago. Ma is sending you some shirts. Sincerely, Henrik. Brainerd, Tuesday, November 25, 1902. My dear boys. 2 letters came to Brainerd for you and I broke one of them open. I didn't understand why they were back to Brainerd when they knew that you were both in Chicago. I thought that there must be something wrong. I was taken sick Friday night, am sick yet but I hope on the turn for the better. I have been in the house since I was taken. The doctor said it was cold on the liver and bilious. From, your loving father. Dear Eric. I am very busy now preparing for the union meeting, so I can't write much. We got the books and papers. Also we got a letter from Anders last night saying that he was sick all last week in a part of the week before, but he was getting well now. We are getting on very well with the storm wreck now. Paul has had Ralph Sampson hired ever since the storm and he can do most anything and one of the smartest we have ever had. Paul had the barn covered, had a gang and fixed the new shelter the best he could, but it is not like it was before. Took the plank stalls and made up shelter, botched up a hen house and built a privy. Do you think of coming home in May? I think it would be well for you to come and stay for about a month and rest up yourself. Think it would pay you to do so, but of course my thoughts are not much. Everything seems to be quiet around here now and I don't know of anything worth attention. I believe I told you about Lily Thompson getting married. It is one of the busiest times you ever saw with the people trying to save the timber. Dave is paying $1 a day for hands work. Well, I have got me yeast cakes and trying loaf bread. I have a nice loaf rising now. I think we will have some nice bread for supper. May we all meet again from a loving mother and one that is praying for the success, health and strength of her boys. P.S. Have not done anything in the house since the wind. I get out nails when it is fair weather, when it is bad I straighten them. I stay out, try to save what I could. The place is covered in old rubbish. Many things I would pick up that you and Henrik had saved and the tears would come trickling down my cheeks. I picked up the frame that you made and said to Eric that Henrik's hands had run over this many times. Ma. Brainerd, July 7, 1903. My dear Eric, we got your letter last night and also one from Henrik. He talked like Lori. Was carried away with the girls and he said that he had but $6. He said he would like to stay in college next year but would have to go out and work. Paul told him he would borrow some money if he would like for him to do so. Everything is moving on nice. I believe we had a heavy rain and windstorm. It blew the corn in bad shape. That beech tree that I spoke to you about was blown to pieces and several others. You must write to Henrik, let him know where you are. Yes, where you were. He said he wanted to write to you. I hope you won't think hard of us opening your letter. I am not feeling so well so as I did when you were here home. Ma. Brainerd, August 9th. My dear Eric. We received your letter the 6th. I was so glad to hear that you had gotten down to your work and is still enjoying good health. May the Lord bless and keep you. My crop is fairly good. I keep up in tolerable good health until I got through my crop. We are neither one well at this time. Please write often and let us know how you are getting along. Eric and I have never been able to find that almanac that you left home. Eric, did you find that I have never got any timber hauled yet? Pa. P.S. Well, it is now Monday evening and it is raining. Eric, your ma wants to know if you told Henrik and Olaf about what that bunch said to me and what you said to them and what did they say. Your loving father. Brainerd, August 23, 1903. Dear son. It is a beautiful day and I was not able to go to church. I have not been able to go to church since May. I guess it is such a lovely day. Yes, God, we have heard from you every week and sometimes twice a week. I forgot to tell you about the organ and the mansion. Mr. Parks bought the organ I have. I gave $23.50. Zero for the new one, got $15 for my old organ. Pa's crop is looking very well though has had much rain for the past week. Mr. Parsons has bought him a top buggy. Nixon was here yesterday. I think she is going to be married in short form from her talk. How are you getting along for money? I was thinking you spent nearly out before you went to work. Ma. Wednesday, September 16, 1903. Dear son. We got your letter last night in postal. Bless your sweet precious remembrance of Ma and Pa. We are always so glad to hear from you. Glad you have come nearer home. Glad you seem to be so well pleased at the change. You asked about Henrik and Olaf. We got a letter from Olaf about 2 weeks. He is in school in Duluth. When I woke up the first thing that crossed my mind was Henrik and then my eyes filled with tears and then another thought struck me. Surely he could never forget us and the tears dried away. I made your silk shirt last week. I will mail it to you if you want it. It is very thin and light. It won't cost much. We had a nice meeting at First Lutheran last week and one at Emmanuel this week. Power went today. I have not been any and won't be able to go any. May we all soon meet again. From one that loves you. Ma. P.S. Pa has just come home from the store and has a letter from Olaf I am sending you. September 17, 1903. Eric. You said that you were going to buy a horse. You had better look out for there is more deception in horses than women and anything else. My crop will do along right well. I have tried to sell a horse but seems like a hard matter. I long to see you come home and tell me all about the different places you have been to. I wish you could have had the chance to have written a book. I am so thankful to know that I have a son that has been so dutiful for 8 long years in writing so regular and never yet failed. Eric, you spoke of teaching. I think that would suit you better than almost anything else. I think it would be worth so much to your education besides being right good pay. Are you still sticking up with Miss Parker? Well, that colored boy that I had with me is gone now and we are living all alone. I have just commenced picking a little corn. May the Lord permit us to meet again is the prayer of your loving father. September 22, 1903. Dear son. We received your letter last night, long time getting there so have no news to tell you. Your ma is able to knock around. I will send you $10 if you need more, let me know. Pa. Sunday night, October 11, 1903. My dear boy Eric. I thought I would write you a word or two. We had a storm commenced Thursday evening but has lulled but still misting. I had not shipped but 9 bushels of corn as it blowed off right and many, and I shipped in a bad time, so I won't get much for them this year. We got the book and picture. We had the picture of the old house. The log house Eric was born in. Taking it took every very plain. The buggy robe is 4 feet 9 inches one way, 4 feet 3 inches the other way. I still can't hire anyone to do a day's work. What did your buggy and harness cost you? Let me know how your mule stands up to your work. I shan't kill much meat this year. My hog's little and not many at that. I'm going to St. Cloud tomorrow to try to sell a horse. I am praying that you will have the good luck to get home all right and can enjoy your company once more. May the great God protect the lives of my dear boys in the prayer of your loving father. Sunday night, November 1st, 1903. Dear Eric. Do you think of coming home Christmas? I want you to buy me a tombstone in St. Cloud to put at Johnny's grave. I don't want to pay more than $10 for it. If there is anything that you would like to put on it, do so. I wrote to Henrik and Olaf and told them if there was anything that they would like to put on it to write it out plain and send it to you. I don't want you to forget that frame either, because I am afraid that bugs will eat the skin after a while. I went to Trinity last Sunday to a temperance meeting. The first time I have seen a church since May. Bro Rose gave us a fine talk. Went to see Dr. White last Wednesday. He got to fit me up some glasses and went up to the Widow Whites. They treated me well. Clara gave me all the flowers I wanted. I hope we will soon meet again. Ma. November the 1st, 1903. Dear Eric. How are you getting along with your mule? I must think you didn't get much mule for $25. Oh, have you gotten your overcoat, flannel and socks? We sent it off last Friday, was a week ago. Are you still making money as fast as ever? If you sent Henrik any, he doesn't say anything to me about money, so he must be getting some from somewhere. When did you hear from him and Olaf? Are you still thinking of going to work on wages? Eric, I want you to get married. When do you expect to come home? You asked me to pray for you. There has scarcely a day passed since you left that I did not pray for you. Some days many times a day. Oh, you don't know how my heart runs out for you. I pray the Lord to keep you and strengthen you and to enable you to resist the temptations that may come up before you. I know that it is hard to keep right, especially in your work. It is mighty hard for me to keep right and then can't do it all the times. Oft times when I am at my work my eyes become so dim with tears I have to stop to wipe them off. So many sad hours I have about you boys. May the Lord bless us all in His way, He knows what is best for us. Your loving father. Saturday, January 2nd, 1904. Dear Eric. We got your letter catalog and samples last night. I hardly know what to tell you about the cloak. Here is a cloak just like I want, but I can't stand the price. If you can get me one like this in stock at my price, the right size, $8, you can do so. If they still make one at that price, it will be alright. I have the measurements alright. I think if you can, I would like for you to have it made before you leave. If you can't, I think it will be best to drop it. I have such bad luck. I am afraid they will send me most anything. Pa killed hogs last Thursday. 4 of them was sick, they are almost dead now. You remember he spoke of them being as sick before you left. So nervous I can't write, I'm worried down now. I am in the greatest of hurry. Ma. January 15th, 1904. Dear Eric. We got your postal last night. Pa has gone down to see the doctor. In regard to the cloak, if you should get me one, I shall like for you to get it to St. Cloud by the last of next week. Pa says he is going down there then. If you can't, it will be alright. The sick hogs have gotten better. Did you get your clothes that you left in St. Cloud? We want to know your girl, tell all about it. I got my money for that land this morning. Ma. March 7th, 1904. My dear Eric. As it is raining this morning, I thought I would write to let you hear from us. It has been a long time since we wrote to you, the trouble is we never know where to write. You move around so fast. Oh, that I could see you. I do think so much about you, my darling boy. Eric, if I were you I don't think that I would preach, I think you could do more good teaching. It has got so none but great big preachers are recognized, but do as you think. Best may the Lord guide and bless you is my prayer, Pa.